How good is the new Russell's Reserve 13 year? We got a bump in proof, newest release. Let's find out. Okay, welcome back or welcome to the channel. My name is Austin. Please like, comment, subscribe if you have not done so yet. It really helps me out. Actually, I'm going to run a giveaway on this. So if you want to, well, I'll get into the giveaway at the very end. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. Help the channel keep growing. Really appreciate it. Today we have the new Russell's Reserve 13 year. And this is clocking in at 123.8 proof. The previous releases are 114.8 proof. I thought that was off camera. Surprise, we're going to compare it to the old ones. So with this release, they bumped the proof up a little bit. I tried this at a bottle share recently, and I noticed that it tasted very different than the previous Russell's 13s. So I'm going to get into this. I'm going to review this. I'm going to compare it to an older release, and then I'm going to run a giveaway on both of these. So you guys can do your own comparison at home if you win. So stick around to the end to get entered. If you've been if you've won any of my samples before or been in it, entered into any of my sample giveaways before, you know that I will get these out to you. That is 100% something that will happen. So I will get into that at the very end, but let's get into this right now. So Wild Turkey, 13 years, 128.3 or 123.8 proof. Let's see. Oh, this is dark. I'm recording for the first time in a very long time by myself, just to make sure I still know how to do it. RJ is off camera though, so say hi to RJ in the comments.
Hey everybody!
He's still wearing his microphone, so that was probably really loud. Okay, so it's dark. It definitely has the charred oak. It's got the Wild Turkey funk, that walnut kind of funkiness that Wild Turkey has. Maybe a little bit of dark berry on there, a little bit. Yeah, maybe some leather. Definitely a darker expression from Wild Turkey. That's good. Milk chocolate coatingness on throughout, mid palate, but throughout there's like this milk chocolate. There is the barrel char. There is that Wild Turkey walnut funk that I get. There's a little bit of cherry in there. A little bit of cherry and then some barrel spice. And there's kind of like this grittiness too that I really, really enjoy. I know a lot of people are huge fans of the older Wild Turkey or the older Russell's 13 releases. To me, this does drink differently. So I have here the Wild Turkey, I keep saying that. I have the Russell's Reserve 13. This is the batch 3 release, which came out in 22 or 23. So I'm going to compare that real quick and see if I'm like way off bases, way off the mark of the difference in profile. So did they just jump the proof up a little bit, or did the profile kind of change too? That's what we're going to find out. Yeah. So the new one is darker for sure. This one is more perfumey and more dark berry-y. It's fruitier, I would say. A little bit more floral. Yeah, so that Wild Turkey funk isn't there. That walnut isn't there. Often on the older ones, I get kind of a burnt marshmallow, and I'll get milk chocolate and then some dark. Okay, my battery died, of course. I think I was saying that there's like this chocolatiness, dark berry kind of thing on the new one. Let's revisit that real quick. Yeah, burnt marshmallow, berry, chocolate. That's what I get on the older releases. If you're a huge fan of the older releases, the new one might not be for you, or if you're just a super big Wild Turkey fan, maybe they're all for you. I think I tend to lean towards the newest release. It's a little bit more proof, but honestly, at this point, kind of in my whiskey journey, if you will, I don't need to have the highest proof thing to be my favorite anymore. I used to, but yeah, there's just there's earthiness in that kind of quintessential Wild Turkey funk, and then the cherry. It's just, I do prefer the new release. Yeah, this, if you like a more fruit forward or dark berry, the older releases are probably where it's at for you. What I like about the newer release is it brings that Wild Turkey funk back to where it tastes more on profile with like the Russell's Reserve Single Rick House, Camp Nelson F, the Single Rick House CNF. It brings it kind of in the same realm as the Wild Turkey Generations, or kind of in the realm of like a really good Russell's store pick, more on profile Wild Turkey with a little bit more age, a little bit darker, a little bit more depth. And the older releases of the Russell's 13 is almost off profile and kind of lives in their own vein. So if you like a more traditional Wild Turkey profile of their higher end stuff, this new one's going to be where it's at for you. If you like traditionally what the other Wild Turkey or what the other Russell's 13 releases have been doing, maybe seek out just older releases. That's all I can say for that. Huge shout out to my friend Chris. These were at his Costco, or at a Costco he was at, and there was no limit. He did buy a handful of them, but he only got one for himself, and the rest went to friends, and it was all for what he paid for. He actually probably lost money from the Venmo transfers or whatever with the tax and stuff. So he actually probably lost money, but he got a lot of criticism on our local whiskey groups because he posted where it was at and showed that he bought a bunch, but they all went to different people. Me being one of them, and now I'm going to give a sample away for these. So I'm gonna mix these up, see how the blend is. If it's, well, I always do that. So we'll see how the blend is, but if you want to enter to win a sample, let's see, check the date. I'm hoping this will come out on Tuesday, September 30th. So the entry for this will close on Saturday, October 4th at noon Pacific Standard Time. So 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, October 4th. It's a Saturday. Make sure that you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And comment gobble gobble, I guess, to get entered. I run a randomizer for all of the applicable comments on that. And then the winner will be selected through this randomizer. I'll comment on the winning comment saying, hey, congrats, you won. And then I'll coordinate with you to get these to you. And I'll throw a post up on the channel as well, shouting out the winner of these samples. So I'm gonna do a 2-ounce sample of both of these for the giveaway. And I'll try and find you maybe on Facebook or any other means that I can find you, but I'll also have you send an email to tbewhiskey@gmail.com, and I'll coordinate getting these to you. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment gobble gobble. Winner will be chose at noon Pacific Standard Time, October 4th, Saturday. So make sure you do those things and we'll get this, and then you can do your own comparison. So let's see how this blend is. Whoa. So this blend is so much more nutty than I anticipated. It's more nutty than both of them on their own, on the nose. Walnut, chocolate, maybe a little bit vanilla, maybe a little bit of berry in there. That's good. I actually prefer both of them by themselves. Blend's okay. I do prefer them both by themselves, but do all those things, get entered, win you a sample of both of these, do your own comparison at home. And that's where I'm wrapping this up. I think RJ and I are gonna shoot another video or two. As always, the bourbon experience is all about good pours and great times with whoever you're with. Listen meant to be enjoyed, so crack those bottles. Cheers. Yeah, still good.